Have you ever looked at your dinner plate and wondered if the food you're about to eat is actually helping or harming your body? Especially as we get a little older, it's a quiet worry many of us share. A little seed of doubt that whispers, am I doing enough to stay healthy? And when it comes to something as vital as our kidneys, that worry can feel even heavier, can't it? These amazing little organs work tirelessly every single day, filtering out waste and keeping everything in balance. But sometimes, without us even realizing it, our dietary choices can put a real strain on them. The truth is, kidney disease often goes unnoticed in its early stages. It's like a quiet thief, slowly stealing away our health without shouting a warning. Many folks don't find out until things are quite advanced. And by then, the path to feeling better can be much steeper. The good news, though, is that what you choose to put on your plate can be your most powerful ally in protecting these precious organs. It's not about drastic changes, but about understanding a few simple swaps that can make a world of difference. In this video, we're going to uncover the surprisingly important role protein plays in your kidney health, looking at the best types to embrace and the ones you might want to gently set aside. We'll explore 4 wonderful proteins that can support your kidneys and 6 common ones that could be working against them. Stick with me, because watching to the very end will reveal something that might just surprise you about your daily meals and how powerful they truly are. So, let's dive right in and talk about some of the proteins that, while often staples in our diets, can actually be quite taxing on our kidneys. Especially as we age, it's not about scare tactics, but about gentle awareness and empowering you with knowledge. First up, let's talk about red meat. Now, for many of us, a juicy steak, a hearty beef stew, or even just some ground beef in our shepherd's pie has been a comforting, familiar part of our meals for decades, and for a long time. It was seen as the go-to source for protein. However, when it comes to kidney health, red meat can be a bit of a double-edged sword. You see, red meat is generally higher in what we call purines, which can increase the production of uric acid in the body. While uric acid is normally filtered out by the kidneys, consistently high levels, especially from a diet rich in purines, can create a heavy workload for them. Think of it like this: your kidneys are already working hard, and a diet high in these particular compounds is like asking them to lift an extra heavy weight all day, every day. Over time, that extra strain can contribute to issues. Beyond purines, red meat also tends to be higher in saturated fats, which aren't great for your heart. And what's good for your heart is almost always good for your kidneys. When your heart struggles, your kidneys often feel the ripple effect. So, what's the practical takeaway here? It's not necessarily about cutting out red meat entirely if you enjoy it, but perhaps thinking about it as a less frequent visitor to your plate, instead of having it several times a week. Maybe try reducing it to once or twice, or opting for smaller portion sizes. Imagine replacing half the ground beef in your chili with lentils, or swapping out that large steak for a piece of fish. Small shifts like these can add up to a big difference in reducing the kidney's burden. It's about moderation and mindful choices, not deprivation. Building on that thought, another category that often sneaks into our meals and can be particularly troublesome for kidneys are processed meats. We're talking about things like bacon, sausages, deli meats like ham and turkey slices, hot dogs, and even some types of jerky. These foods are incredibly convenient. Aren't they a quick sandwich? A speedy breakfast. But convenience often comes at a cost. And in this case, the cost to your kidneys can be quite significant. The main culprit here is sodium, or salt. Processed meats are absolutely loaded with it, used for flavor and preservation, while a little salt is necessary for our bodies to function. Too much can lead to high blood pressure, which is one of the leading causes of kidney damage. High blood pressure forces your kidneys to work harder to filter your blood, eventually damaging the tiny blood vessels within them. Beyond the salt, Many processed meats also contain phosphates and nitrates, which are additives that can be problematic for kidney function. Phosphates, in particular, are often added to processed foods to improve texture and extend shelf life. But too much phosphorus can build up in your blood when your kidneys aren't filtering efficiently, leading to bone and heart problems down the line. It's a hidden ingredient that many people don't even think about. So, how can we navigate this when you're at the grocery store? Take a moment to look at the nutrition labels on these items. You'll be surprised at how much sodium is packed into a single serving. Opting for fresh, unprocessed alternatives is always best, instead of a processed deli turkey. Consider cooking a chicken breast at home and slicing it for your sandwiches. Or swap bacon for a scrambled egg white. Even something as simple as choosing low-sodium versions of these items, if you really can't give them up entirely, can be a step in the right direction. It's about being a detective for your own health, looking beyond the packaging and understanding what's truly inside. These seemingly small dietary choices can have a profound impact on the long-term health and well-being of your kidneys, allowing them to keep doing their vital work for years to come. Continuing our conversation about foods that can be challenging for your kidneys, let's turn our attention to something that's often lauded for its calcium content, but needs a closer look for kidney health. Dairy products. Milk, cheese, and yogurt are cornerstones of many diets, and they are excellent sources of protein and calcium. However, for those with or at risk of kidney issues, dairy can present a challenge due to its phosphorus and potassium content. While phosphorus and potassium are essential minerals, damaged kidneys struggle to remove excess amounts from the blood. When phosphorus builds up, it can pull calcium from your bones, making them weak and brittle, and can also lead to painful deposits in your blood vessels and soft tissues. Potassium, in excess, can lead to serious heart problems. Hard cheeses, in particular, tend to be quite high in both. So, does this mean you have to give up your morning yogurt or your slice of cheese on a cracker? Not necessarily. It's about being mindful of portions and considering alternatives. Perhaps choosing a plant-based milk that's fortified with calcium but lower in phosphorus and potassium, like certain almond or rice milks, could be a good swap for your cereal. For yogurt, look for options that are lower in potassium, or simply enjoy smaller portions. And when it comes to cheese, maybe it's a sprinkle of Parmesan rather than a generous slab of cheddar. Always check labels. As variations exist, it's about balancing your nutritional needs with your kidney's capacity. And a registered dietitian specializing in kidney health can be an invaluable guide in navigating these choices for your unique situation. Next on our list of proteins to approach with caution are organ meats. Things like liver, kidneys, and sweetbreads might not be common in every household these days, but they were once quite popular, especially among older generations, due to their high nutritional content, while packed with iron and vitamins. Organ meats are also incredibly dense in purines, similar to red meat but often even more concentrated, as we discussed. Purines break down into uric acid, and too much uric acid can overtax your kidneys, potentially leading to issues like kidney stones or exacerbating existing kidney conditions. They also tend to be quite high in phosphorus. So, while they might offer a nutrient punch, for those looking to protect their kidney health, it's generally best to limit these to very occasional treats. If at all, think of them as a luxury item for your palate, rather than a dietary staple, especially if you have kidney concerns. Another protein source that might seem innocent but can be problematic for kidneys is the broad category of protein powders and supplements. In our modern world, these are often marketed as quick and easy ways to boost protein intake, whether for muscle building or just general wellness. However, many commercial protein powders, especially those derived from dairy like whey or casein, can be very high in phosphorus and potassium. Some also contain added vitamins, minerals, and even sweeteners that might not be ideal for kidney patients. The sheer concentrated amount of protein in a single scoop can also place a sudden, heavy burden on already struggling kidneys. Remember, The goal for kidney patients is often to manage protein intake, not necessarily to maximize it. Our bodies can only process so much protein at once, and excess protein has to be filtered out by the kidneys. For healthy kidneys, this isn't usually an issue, but for kidneys that are already compromised, it can be too much. Before reaching for that protein shake, it's always best to discuss it with your doctor or a dietitian. Real food sources of protein are almost always preferable, as they come with a host of other beneficial nutrients and are processed differently by the body. And finally, on the worst to avoid list, we have fried foods, especially fried meats like fried chicken or fish and chips, which are often coated in breading. While the main issue here isn't necessarily the protein itself, it's the way it's prepared. Frying foods, especially in unhealthy oils, can introduce a lot of unhealthy fats, which aren't good for your heart or your kidneys. But beyond that, the breading used in many fried items often contains added sodium and phosphates, especially in commercially prepared or fast food versions. Think about the golden, crispy coating on fried chicken. It's often designed to be incredibly flavorful, and that often means high in salt and other additives that can strain your kidneys. Plus, the high temperatures used in frying can sometimes create harmful compounds. So, while a piece of grilled chicken breast is generally kidney-friendly, that same piece of chicken, when deep fried, transforms into something far less beneficial. It's about choosing healthier cooking methods that preserve the integrity of the food and don't add extra burdens to your body. Now that we've talked about some of the proteins that your kidneys might find challenging, let's flip the script and talk about some of the fantastic proteins that can be gentle on your kidneys and even help support their function. And the first one we absolutely must discuss is fish, especially fatty fish. For many years, fish has been praised for its health benefits, and for good reason, for kidney patients. It's a superstar. Why? Well, unlike some red meats, most fish, particularly cold water fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and trout, are excellent sources of omega-3 fatty acids. These are healthy fats that are incredibly beneficial for reducing inflammation throughout your body, including your kidneys. They also support heart health, which, as we've learned, is intrinsically linked to kidney health. Furthermore, fish protein is generally high quality but often lower in saturated fat and phosphorus compared to red and processed meats. It's a lean, efficient protein source that provides your body with the building blocks it needs without placing an undue burden on your kidneys. Think about baking a piece of salmon with some herbs and lemon, or grilling some mackerel. These are delicious, simple ways to incorporate kidney-friendly protein into your diet, and if fresh fish isn't always accessible, frozen varieties are often just as nutritious. It's about making smart, kidney-aware choices that still allow you to enjoy your meals. We've covered a lot of ground so far, but there are still more amazing proteins to explore that can truly make a difference for your kidney health. Building on our discussion of kidney-friendly proteins, let's turn our attention to another excellent choice that's often a staple in many households: skinless poultry, particularly chicken and turkey breast. These are fantastic sources of lean protein that are generally lower in phosphorus and saturated fat compared to red meats. When your kidneys are working hard, providing them with easily digestible, high-quality protein from sources like chicken or turkey breast is incredibly helpful. The key here is skinless. The skin on poultry is where a lot of the fat is concentrated, and while a little fat isn't harmful, too much can contribute to cardiovascular issues, which, as we know, puts extra strain on your kidneys. So, opting for skinless chicken or turkey, or removing the skin before cooking or eating, is a simple but effective step. Think about baking, grilling, or stir-frying these lean meats with plenty of vegetables. A simple baked chicken breast seasoned with your favorite herbs can be a delicious and kidney-friendly meal. Or perhaps a turkey and vegetable stir-fry that's quick and easy. These are versatile proteins that can fit into almost any meal plan, offering plenty of essential amino acids without the high phosphorus load that other protein sources might carry. It's about choosing smart. Lean options that fuel your body without overworking your kidneys. Next, let's talk about a truly humble hero in the world of kidney-friendly proteins: egg whites. Eggs, in general, are a complete protein source, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids your body needs. However, the yolk of an egg is where most of the phosphorus is found. For individuals needing to limit their phosphorus intake for kidney health, separating the egg white becomes a brilliant strategy. Egg whites are almost pure protein, virtually phosphorus-free, and very low in potassium, making them an excellent and versatile choice. They're also incredibly digestible. You can use them to make fluffy omelets, scrambled egg whites, or even incorporate them into baking for an extra protein boost. Imagine a breakfast of scrambled egg whites with a handful of spinach and a slice of whole wheat toast. A satisfying and kidney-conscious start to your day. You can even buy cartons of liquid egg whites at the grocery store for convenience, making it even easier to incorporate this fantastic protein into your diet. It's a simple swap, but it can make a real difference in managing your mineral intake while still getting the protein your body needs to maintain muscle and energy. And finally, we absolutely must highlight the power of plant-based proteins. This is a broad category that includes legumes like lentils, chickpeas, and beans, as well as tofu, tempeh, and various nuts and seeds. Now, a word of caution here. While these are wonderful protein sources, some plant-based proteins, particularly beans and lentils, can be higher in potassium and phosphorus than animal proteins. However, the phosphorus in plant-based foods is often less absorbed by the body than the phosphorus from animal products or additives. This means your kidneys don't have to work as hard to filter it out. Plus, plant-based proteins come packed with fiber, which is fantastic for digestion, and a host of antioxidants and other beneficial compounds that support overall health. For kidney patients, incorporating more plant-based meals can be a great strategy, but it's often about careful portion control and preparation. For example, soaking and rinsing beans thoroughly can help reduce some of their mineral content. Tofu, when prepared without excess salt, can be a versatile and kidney-friendly protein, perfect for stir-fries or grilling. Nuts and seeds, in small portions, offer healthy fats and protein. Think about adding lentils to your soup, making a chickpea salad, or enjoying some baked tofu. It's about diversifying your protein sources and exploring the wealth of nutrients that come from the plant kingdom. Many people find that by gradually increasing their plant-based protein intake, they feel lighter, more energized, and their bodies just seem to hum along more smoothly. Remember, it's not about perfection, but about making conscious choices that align with your health goals. So, we've walked through quite a journey today, exploring the landscape of protein for kidney health. We started by understanding how important it is to be mindful of what we eat, especially as our kidneys work so diligently for us every single day. We talked about how red meats and processed meats, with their purines, saturated fats, and high sodium and phosphate levels, can truly challenge your kidneys. Then, we delved into dairy, organ meats, and even those seemingly harmless protein powders, highlighting their potential to contribute to phosphorus and potassium overload. We also considered fried foods and the hidden issues they present. But it's not all about what to avoid, is it? We shone a light on the incredible benefits of choosing lean, kidney-friendly options. We celebrated fish, especially the fatty varieties, for their anti-inflammatory omega-3s and lean protein. We embraced skinless chicken and turkey breast as excellent, versatile, low-phosphorus choices. And we discovered the unassuming power of egg whites, a pure protein source that gives your kidneys a much-needed break. Finally, we explored the vast world of plant-based proteins, understanding how to incorporate them thoughtfully for their incredible nutritional benefits. Remember, every single meal is an opportunity to nourish your body and support your kidneys. Small, consistent changes really do lead to remarkable results. It's not about being perfect all the time, but about being aware and making informed choices more often than not. Your body is an incredible machine, and by giving it the right fuel, you empower it to work optimally, allowing you to live your best life at every age. Don't let the thought of making dietary changes feel overwhelming. Start with 1 or 2 simple swaps. Maybe it's choosing fish over red meat once a week, or opting for egg whites instead of whole eggs a few mornings. Each step, no matter how small, is a step towards better health and greater vitality. I truly hope this conversation has been helpful and has given you some clear, practical ideas for protecting your kidney health. If you found this information valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like button below. It helps this information reach more people who could benefit from it. And I'd love to hear from you. What are your favorite kidney-friendly meals? Or what's one small change you're planning to make after watching this? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section. Your insights could help someone else in our wonderful community. And if you want to continue learning and discovering more ways to live a healthier, happier life, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We're always here to bring you simple, actionable tips designed just for you. Keep taking care of yourselves. Keep exploring new ways to nourish your body and mind. And remember, you are capable of so much. Live your best life at every age.